Welcome to Falcon TV. Subscribe to the channel to stay informed and inspire us.
There are many possible ways that a nuclear war could start, but they all involve some combination of human error, miscalculation, miscommunication, or escalation. Here are some of the scenarios that experts have identified as potential triggers for a nuclear war. A technical malfunction, human error, or cyber attack could cause one or more nuclear-armed countries to launch their missiles by mistake, thinking that they are under attack or that their missiles are about to be destroyed. This could happen even if there is no actual threat or conflict. For example, in 1983, a Soviet officer named Stanislav Petrov prevented a possible nuclear war by ignoring a false alarm that indicated that the US had launched 5 missiles at the Soviet Union. Additionally, India recently launched an empty rocket at Pakistan before subsequently apologizing for the error. If the rocket had high TNT or radioactive material, it might be very dangerous. A nuclear-armed country could misinterpret the actions or intentions of another country and launch a preemptive or retaliatory strike. This could happen because of poor intelligence, misinformation, deception, or misunderstanding. For example, in 1995, Russia mistook a Norwegian scientific rocket for a US submarine-launched missile and prepared to launch a nuclear response, but fortunately realized the error in time. A conventional conflict between nuclear-armed countries could escalate into a nuclear exchange if one side feels that it is losing or that its vital interests are threatened. This could happen because of miscalculation, desperation, or coercion. For example, during the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962, the US and the Soviet Union came close to a nuclear war several times as they tried to resolve the standoff over Soviet missiles in Cuba. A non-state actor, such as a terrorist group, could acquire or use a nuclear weapon or device and detonate it in a populated area, causing massive casualties and damage. This could happen because of theft, sabotage, smuggling, or fabrication. A state that is isolated, unstable, or hostile to other countries could develop or use nuclear weapons and threaten or attack its neighbors or enemies. This could happen because of ideological, religious, or political motives. For example, North Korea has conducted 6 nuclear tests since 2006 and has repeatedly threatened to use its nuclear weapons against the US and its allies. These scenarios are not exhaustive or mutually exclusive, and they could interact with each other in complex and unpredictable ways. The consequences of any nuclear war would be devastating for the people and countries involved, as well as for the rest of the world. The explosions, radiation, and firestorms would kill millions of people and destroy cities and infrastructure. The smoke from the fires would block out sunlight and cool down the planet, causing crop failures and famine for billions of people. The risk of nuclear war is not zero, but it can be reduced by taking measures such as improving communication and cooperation between nuclear-armed countries, reducing the number and alert status of nuclear weapons, strengthening security and safeguards for nuclear materials and facilities, preventing the spread of nuclear weapons and technology to new actors, and ultimately eliminating all nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons have devastating effects on human lives, health, and the environment. They cause massive death, injury, and suffering, as well as long-term consequences such as radiation poisoning, cancer, genetic mutations, and psychological trauma. They also pose a threat to food security, water supply, and climate stability. The use of nuclear weapons would violate international humanitarian law and human rights law and would be a crime against humanity. No one can guarantee that nuclear weapons will never be used again, either intentionally or accidentally. Therefore, the only way to prevent such a catastrophe is to eliminate all nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons do not enhance the security of any country or region. They create instability, mistrust, and tension among states, and increase the risk of conflict and escalation. They also make the world more vulnerable to terrorism, cyber attacks, sabotage, or theft of nuclear materials or weapons. The possession of nuclear weapons by some states encourages other states to acquire them as well, leading to a dangerous arms race and proliferation. The elimination of nuclear weapons would reduce these threats and create a more peaceful and cooperative international order. Nuclear weapons are immoral and unjust. They discriminate between no one and affect everyone. They threaten the survival of humanity and all living beings on Earth. They undermine the dignity and value of human life and the common good of all people. They contradict the principles of democracy, justice, and respect for human rights. They are incompatible with the values and teachings of all major religions and ethical systems. The abolition of nuclear weapons would be a moral duty and a sign of hope for the future.
If you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel and give a thumbs up. Thank you.